There is one big problem with Alexandre Pantoja right now. He's too good. A few months ago, at the time of this recording, Pantoja defended his flyweight title again, this time against KKF at UFC 317. It wasn't a flashy knockout like some of his past wins, but it was a vintage Pantoja. A relentless pace, non-stop scrambling, insane pressure, and a beautifully timed rear naked choke that wrapped up the fight in the third round. It was the kind of performance that reminds you exactly why he's the champion and exactly why this division has such a problem. Because Pantoja has cleared out the flyweight division, not halfway, not most of the top 10, the entire thing. He's beaten Brandon Moreno, he's beaten Rival twice, he's beaten Alex Perez, Steve Erceg, and now KKF. And now he's already booked to defend his title again against Joshua Van in December. At this point, he's not just a champion, he's holding the record for the most wins, most finishes, and most submissions in the history of the UFC flyweight division. And the crazy thing is, outside of the first Moreno fight, none of these were even competitive, which leads to the real problem. Pantoja is suffering from what we call the Mighty Mouse problem. If you don't know the story, Demetrius Johnson dominated the flyweight division for years. He put on flawless performances, highlight finishes, and a technical masterclass, and casual fans just didn't care. The division didn't have the star power. It was too small, too technical, too overlooked. And the better he got, the smaller his spotlight became. Eventually, the UFC traded him while he was still at his peak to ONE FC. And that's where Pantoja is right now. He's becoming too good for a division that doesn't have enough names to match him. He's beaten everyone. He's clearing out contenders faster than the UFC can build new ones. And when a champion wipes out an entire division, it creates an awkward situation. He's an all-time great, but at the risk of being overlooked. Because after Joshua Van, who's even left at 125? Who's the big name? Who's the rival, the storyline, the trilogy, the bad blood, the must-see matchup? There's nothing left. And that's exactly why people worry Pantoja might be another Mighty Mouse, a legend whose dominance gets underappreciated simply because the division can't keep up with him. So how does Pantoja avoid that fate? Well, I have a solution. He should definitely move up. Everyone thought there's no way he moves up to bantamweight for now. Eventually the move becomes inevitable because if he does want bigger fights, bigger moments, and a bigger legacy, he has to move up. And the bantamweight is stacked with guys who could finally give him a challenge that he's been wanting for years now. And the fan favorite pick is Merab Dvalishvili, the cardio machine, the relentless wrestler, the guy who doesn't stop moving for 25 straight minutes. And at first glance, this sounds like a nightmare matchup for Pantoja. But here's the thing, Merab creates chaos and Pantoja thrives in chaos. Merab shoots constantly, but Pantoja is one of the best scramblers in the entire UFC. Merab is bigger, but Pantoja is more dangerous in transitions. It's a brutal fight for both men, but it's not as easy as people think it's gonna be. And then you have Corey Sandhagen, a long, technical striker with elite footwork and precision. But stylistically, Pantoja is a very bad fight for him. Corey does his work best at a range, and he struggles when guys get messy, and Pantoja drags everyone into messy fights. And obviously, then there is the Sugar Show, the biggest star at bantamweight. His precision, timing, and range make him dangerous for anyone. But Pantoja once again does force grappling exchanges, and O'Malley has always had problems when fights turn into scrambles or clinch battles. So if Pantoja gets past the range, I think it's a pretty easy win for him. And that's the point. Even moving up to bantamweight, Pantoja has a real chance to beat most of the top guys. But more importantly, moving up gives him something the flyweight division can't anymore: meaning, stakes, rivalries, storylines, big fights, and legacy. Because if he stays at flyweight, he's going to keep winning and the division will keep shrinking around him. And as the audience starts tuning out, the matchups get repetitive and the champion becomes a victim of his own dominance. But if he moves up, he becomes a two-division threat. He chases greatness, he forces big names to take dangerous fights. But what do you guys think? And that's just my opinion. Will Pantoja stay at flyweight, or would he move up to bantamweight and create a new chapter for his legacy? Thank you for the watching. And thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.